Will Turkey's upcoming Bayraktar TB3 naval drone be an export success as well? Continue watching the video till the very end of this video to know more. This year, Turkey hopes to unveil its new Bayraktar TB3 drone. The armed drone is a follow-up to the TB2, which was famous for its combat successes in Libya, Syria, Nagorno-Karabakh, and most recently Ukraine. Unlike its predecessor, the TB2, the TB3 is intended to be a naval drone that can operate from short runways and ship decks. This year, Turkey hopes to commission its new flagship, the TCG Anadolu or L400, an amphibious assault ship based on Spain's Juan Carlos I. Turkey had previously considered ordering a small fleet of F-35B Lightning II short takeoff and vertical landing or SDOVL fighters for Anadolu. However, after acquiring advanced S-400 air defense missile systems from Russia, Ankara was barred from purchasing any F-35s in 2019. Instead, Turkey decided to primarily use the Anadolu as a drone carrier. After all, armed drones are something Turkey has proven it's capable of designing, developing, and deploying. Once completed, 30 to 50 TB3s could operate from the Anadolu due to their foldable wings. And Turkey isn't content with just producing TB3s for its gleaming new flagship. It intends to export these drones to other countries, just as it did with the TB2. In March, Haluk Bayraktar, CEO of TB2 and TB3 manufacturer Bayak, stated the upcoming TB3 will be a great fit for Japan's Izumo-class platforms. Bayraktar could be onto something here. Most navies are unable to field anything resembling a modern-day American supercarrier, so they must make do with amphibious assault ships and landing helicopter docks like the Anadolu. Japan's Izumo-class ships were designed for VTOL or vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, such as helicopters, so they are smaller than a conventional aircraft carrier. James Rogers, assistant professor in war studies at SDU in Denmark, explained, however, the TB3 was specifically designed for takeoff and landing on short runway aircraft carriers, and they have foldable wings, so the TB3 could be a way for these smaller carriers to have a fixed-wing longer-range air power capacity. According to Rogers, the TB3 is set to fill an important capabilities gap for Turkey. With F-35B still enabled to be exported to Turkey, the TB3 will provide operational offensive air power to Turkey's TCG Anadolu amphibious assault ship, he said. If successful, it'll pave the way for other countries with similar ships to launch what is effectively a drone aircraft carrier, in which amphibious assault ships are turned into drone motherships. Baykar may have aimed to dominate an emerging market for naval military. Airborne drones for the maritime domain are a growing area in military drone development, according to Rogers. Russia is experimenting with large VTOL drones and drones launched by catapults from ships for use in and around the northern sea routes. Yet, out of necessity, Turkey is leading the way with the TB3 for national military use and potential future international sales. Given that the TB3 is primarily intended for naval operations, will it be able to replicate the export success of its land-based predecessor, the TB2? The TB3 will initially ride on the TB2's reported operational success around the world, Baker said. From Libya to Ukraine, Turkey has promoted the TB2 as a world-leading drone system. But the TB3 will need to be proven over time and sold responsibly to mitigate misuse by new drone actors. Nevertheless, I see the TB3's BLOS or Beyond Visual Line of Sight flight capability and automated takeoff and landing systems as a distinct selling point of the TB3 over the TB2, he concludes. It is an indicator of Turkey trying to cement its place as a drone superpower. Turkish industry appears to have developed a reliable method of launching fixed-wing drones from ships. The crude method, which combines a winch and pulley system with a bow ramp, could assist the Turkish Navy in converting its new assault ship Anadolu into the world's first true drone aircraft carrier. The agreement should also allow Anadolu to embark and launch manned planes, though Turkey is unlikely to develop a carrier plane capable of taking off from Anadolu's 761-foot deck while carrying a useful load of fuel and weapons. Bayraktar's presentation artwork depicts Bayraktar TB2 drones on Anadolu's deck. On the vessel's centerline, a winch and pulley are visible. The cable runs along the bow ramp to a location on the deck where the TB2 is ready for takeoff. The drone would presumably be dragged across the deck and up the ramp by the winch. This, combined with the thrust of the 100-horsepower engine on the 21-foot-long TB2 could get the propeller-driven drone airborne with most or all of its 300-pound payload. In its simplicity, the launch system is elegant. While it clearly has limitations, it has the potential to assist the Turkish Navy in becoming the the world's first operator of an aviation ship with a majority drone airwing. Unless the drone itself has more horsepower, the winch and ramp combination may be unable to launch drones much heavier than a TB2-3. However, one distinct advantage of the system is that it doesn't obstruct the deck, as some alternative drone launch gear may. Since at least the 1960s, navies have launched fixed-wing reconnaissance and target drones from carriers and other large-deck ships. However, those unmanned aerial vehicles were typically launched by firing rocket boosters while cradled in a gantry. The United States Navy came close to integrating rocket-boosted, jet-powered Model 147 reconnaissance drones aboard its carriers in the 1960s. However, combat trials aboard the USS Ranger off the coast of Vietnam in 1969 and 1970 were disappointing for drone supporters. The gantry was large and took up a lot of room. The crew of the Model 147 had to deploy a drone after Ranger launched a strike package, then recover the drone before the package returned, leaving no room for error. The Navy abandoned plans to incorporate drones into its carrier wings. It wasn't until more than 40 years later that the service revisited the concept. In contrast to the Turkish fleet, the US fleet intends to launch its new carrier-compatible MQ-25 tanker drones using the same stream catapults to launch manned planes. Anadolu, like the majority of the world's aviation ships, is devoid of catapults. A winch and ramp launch method is only necessary because Turkey was kicked out of the US-led Joint Strike Fighter program, which was supposed to supply Ankara''s fleet with F-35B stealth jump jets designed specifically for flight from ships like the Anadolu. Anadolu can embark on a useful air wing comprised of TB2-3 drones and helicopters with just a few modifications. Yes, the ship would be missing an air-to-air fighter. The TB2-3 drone, on the other hand, is a tried-and-true surveillance and strike platform, thanks to its sophisticated sensors, long loiter time, and small, precise munitions. Hundreds of Armenian tanks, fighting vehicles, artillery pieces, and air defense systems were destroyed by Azerbaijan's TB2s and other drones during the brief bloody war between Armenia and Azerbaijan last fall. Consider the same type of robotic air campaign, but from a mobile platform at sea. Turkish industry has considered developing a light manned fighter capable of interfacing with Anadolu. However, based on China and Russia's own experiences with ramp-launched manned fighters, the Turkish jet could face crippling performance limitations while operating from a short carrier lacking catapults. Drones and a simple method for launching them are most likely the way to go. Anadolu is nearing completion and is expected to join the fleet in 2022. Turkish Aerospace delivered 2 Anka-S and 1 Aksungur unmanned combat aerial vehicles to the Turkish Navy on March 24th, according to the Turkish Ministry of Defense. The Turkish Defense Ministry released photos from the ceremony, which took place at the Turkish Naval Aviation Command. The Turkish Navy now has 20 drones, including 2 Aksungur UCAVs, 10 TB2 Bayraktar UCAVs, 4 Anka-S UAVs, and 4 Anka-B UAVs. Turkish Aerospace CEO Temel Kotil stated in a TV interview in February that 5 Aksungur UCAVs have been delivered and would be used by the Turkish Navy, Air Force, and for special missions. According to Naval News, the Turkish Navy received its first Aksungur UCAV on October 20th, 2021. With its large payload capacity, Aksungur can conduct continuous multi-role intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and assault missions, while also providing operational flexibility beyond line of sight via its SATCOM payload. The Aksungur UCAV is widely expected to improve the Turkish Navy's reconnaissance capabilities due to its long flight endurance. Turkish Aerospace is currently working to provide Aksungur with anti-submarine warfare, or ASW, capability. After the project is completed, Aksungur will launch and monitor sonobuoys and share sonobuoy data with other ASW assets in the area. The exact timetable is unknown. However, Thai officials have stated at various times that the actual sonobuoy launch will take place in the first half of 2022. And that's all for today's video. What do you think of Turkey's naval drones? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for sticking with us all the way to the end. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you should watch the video on the screen right now to learn more about Israel's current TB drone. See you again in the next video.